EA Sports. It's in the game.
That's right, boys. We're back. Welcome to Funhouse Sports Center. I'm your host, also the commish, JJ. Happy to have you all here today. If you're new to the league, which I know there's a few of you, welcome in. This is a end of season tradition that we do here in the league. Part of what makes Funhouse so awesome and fun to be a part of. That's where the name kind of came from. This is where we're going to highlight everything in season 5. Not everything, recap season 5, talk about season 6, the recruiting class, and new to this edition, the promotions and relegations, as that was added to the league this past season. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Season 5. Definitely one that was interesting. Why was it interesting? Is because there was a new component added with the relegations and promotions, where the lowest ranked teams would move down and the highest ranked teams would move up. Now, we will get into all those details of what actually happened for season 5 going into season 6 near the end of this video. But season 5, quick shout out to Mr. 100% Grand Marquis. He has made every single national championship that we've had so far. Now, with that being said, I know he's going to hate this part, but hey, buddy, I lost 7 Super Bowls in a row before I finally won one in 8. So 3 in a row is not so bad. Gotta say, Tier 3 at the time user. Now, part of the situation was Arizona's coach left, got replaced mid-season. I think it was week 2, week 3. Arizona, my new colleague, Mr. Steed, winning in his first year with Arizona to win the Natty in season 5 of Funhouse. That also earned him a straight promotion from Tier 3 to Tier 1. He was getting promoted to Tier 2 regardless, but off to Tier 1 he goes, which made things interesting for the tiebreakers and what actually transpired. So congrats to Steed. He's got the emoji beside his name. He's got his name in the record books tab. And let's see what he's got in season 6. Excited to see where everybody goes in our new season. Some new players that may or may not be seeing the field in season 6 come from the recruiting class of season 5. Starting off with the 5 stars here, we've got, no shock at all, Coach Ryan at LSU with 8 5 stars. In second place, tied for second place, Coach Miller and Coach John of Michigan and Georgia, respectively, each with 4 5 stars. And then to finish off in for the rest, it is Coach Robbie and Coach JJ at Oregon, each with 3 5 stars committing for season 6 of Funhouse. Next up, we've got Benji. Say hi, Benji. He doesn't want to leave me alone right now, so he's going to be part of this clip. We've got the 4-star recruits up next. Obviously, quick shout out to Canada. Some Canadian coaches representing out there. Coach Evan of Ohio State takes the top spot with 22 4-star commits committing to Ohio State for season 6. Tied for second place is going to be Coach K-Mac of Alabama and Coach CJ of Tennessee, each with 24 stars. In third place, we've got Coach Geiler out in Notre Dame. He's got 19 4-stars committed to play for the Irish in season 6, and the only member of Funhouse from season 5 to make the top 5 in both 5 and 4 stars is Coach Miller, who's clearly found his recruiting identity with 18 4-stars committing to Michigan for season 6. To discuss the promotions and relegations from season 5 going into season 6, we were supposed to have Funhouse correspondent Chip McHuddle go through said update. However, we spoke to Chip's representative, aka himself, and he says, and I quote, "It is minus 35 outside, and my microphone and my camera froze." So unfortunately, we will not be seeing Chip on this video. However, Chip will be back in the future. Before we get into promotions and relegations, we do have some new coaches to welcome here into Funhouse, as well as some coaches with new jobs here in season 6. So first, welcome in to Coach TJ, who's taken over the University of Cincinnati, and Coach No Fly Zone, that has gone over to take over the Penn State program. That's gone through a couple coaches at this point. So best of luck to you both here. in your new jobs, and welcome to the Funhouse. Happy to have you. Putting us at 32 users is always exciting. And then for the coaches that we're familiar with that have changed jobs here for season 6, we've got Coach Chad that switched from the University of Louisville to Utah State University. We've got Coach Drew, who's switched from Mississippi State over to Iowa State. And what will go down as a Funhouse first is Coach Ginnicow has accepted a job through the coaching carousel to leave the University of Clemson to join the University of Akron and coach the Zips. So, as my pops always likes to say, be more surprised when a plan actually goes as planned. So, the way we had the structure and have still the structure of promotions is 2 promotions from 4 to 3, 2 promotions from 3 to 2, 1 promotion to 1. Relegations, the same in reverse. With that being said, we lost some coaches this year. And in addition to that, we had a tier 3 user win it all, meaning that that asterisk rule had to be put into play and another promotion to tier 1 took place the first year we put it in. So the numbers didn't go as according, but they still worked out great. Well, depends, I guess, who you ask. With that being said, let's look at what happened. So I'm typically a bad news first kind of guy, but we're going to start off with the promotions and some good news here. So congrats to Coach Steed of Arizona University winning the national championship last year, meaning his promotion to tier 1 is inevitable. But also congrats to Coach Brady of TCU winning the Big Ten last year, earning his spot in the SEC in tier 1. Welcome to hell, boys. That's basically all I'm going to say. Tier 2 promotion. Congrats to Coach Chad in his new job with Utah State University. Moving on from Louisville, getting promoted from Tier 3 to Tier 2. Going to join the Big 10 from the Big 12. The ones joining the Big 12, we've got 3 of them. We've got Coach Jose out of Arizona State University. We've got Coach Troy out of the University of Florida. And sneaking into that third spot, a guy who's been doing a great job at the University of North Carolina is Coach Rello, who's definitely made something. I know it makes Ryan and I happy. Go heels up, you know? Finally, we have the relegations from Season 5 going into Season 6. Tier 1, there should only be 1 per season. Of course, we know because of Steed's win, that did not happen. So there was 2. The first one, unfortunately, goes to my best friend, Mr. K-Mac, coach of Alabama. He had the worst record in the SEC last year, meaning that his relegation was for sure. The second one, though, required a lot of tie breaking. It was between the University of Oregon, the University of Ohio State, and the University of Washington. The first tiebreak is how did they do in head-to-head matchups? Oregon did beat Washington and Ohio State last year, so they are safe. Next up, we reset. Did Ohio State and Washington play last year? No, they didn't. So we want to move on to step 2, tiebreaker 2, which is record versus non-CPU games. Guess what? It was identical. Move on to step 3, which I didn't think we'd have to get to. And I am going to say, if you have any suggestions on how to make this tiebreaker, in these scenarios, I'm open to consideration, because the third step is the overall of your roster, which means that Ohio State wins over Washington in that regard, meaning Coach Keese is also being relegated from Tier 1 to Tier 2 for this season. From Tier 2 down to Tier 3 is Coach Kurt at the University of Miami. And that one kind of surprised me, but it is what it is. That's why this place is as competitive as it is. And moving from Tier 4 or 3 to Tier 4 is Coach Ginnicow, who was Clemson, but is now Akron. Not going to lie, even though they were ranked, Akron Tier 4 is probably a good place to start. We're already underway here in week 1 of season 6. Last game being played tonight. It is Drew and Texas versus myself. It's going to be a good one. I believe I fixed my streaming stuff, so should be up for a live stream. Advance will take place directly after that. Potential the game gets played early. We'll see. With that, guys, that's it for this Sports Center. Thanks so much for being here, paying attention, watching. I guess I should just make one quick mention of course, the new CPU stat maximums that we've implemented for for season 6 and going forward. Make sure you give that a read because the suspensions aren't light. Don't stat pad, give a balanced attack. And you know what's crazy is we're officially in the auto gen era. There are no longer players with real NIL in this game right now. So we are officially in the auto gen era. Hope to see some funny names, respectful names, but funny names. And best of luck to everybody in season 6. I appreciate you. I hope you appreciate me. I'm JJ, and I'll see you soon.